As a new user for Thalla, they might be concerned about privacy issues because they put their goals and their steps and personal info in there. How do you go with that, and how can you ensure that it's completely private?
Yeah. So in a world where social media and apps are every day asking us to put our information in, there's always this trade-off of utility and privacy, right? What do I want to share for what am I getting, right? And so since day one, we've understood that trade-off. And we understand that we need to become a lot more useful for a lot less private, right? Sorry, a lot less inferring or kind of and taking all over your secrets that are stored in the box. Because this is a journal. And from ancient times to today, you don't want to give all the secrets of my journal. If you take my journal and read what I have there, you'll be surprised. And trust me, I don't want you to do that. So I take it really seriously, because it's even the journal I use. And that said, how to make that powerful, it has probably 3 different things that we need to do. One of them is become really great at making inference, because that means that we need to become super useful to you without having too much information from you. And the way we do that is we take just small tiny pieces of information that we delete and we make inferences on them so that we became useful for you. And we need to become really good at making those inferences, but that's the model, and AI is just going to get better. And on the same hand, we are not storing any of your data. We delete it. The second we get it, we make the inference and we just trash it. It's too expensive for us even to just get that data and have it stored. The second thing that is key in terms of privacy is to be able to lock down a lot of the different actual things and encrypted inferences that we have. Because those we actually use to interact with you, and that's a way we can give a good service and utility to you. But those need to be like crypted with like split learning and hashes and keys, so that, we're not talking about only simple like SSH encryption methods here. We really don't want anyone to kind of like pass the guard logs of our servers and see it, because even if they do that, they won't see it because it's encrypted. And then the third part, I would say it's really taking really seriously and respecting the fact that you can take your information whenever you want. So not only allowing the user to delete its account at any time, but also allowing the user to take the information out, right? We understand that our business model gets better as we get to know you more, because we become more useful to you, so we can also expand you more and give you better insights, and you can use it to become a better human and achieve more success in your life. But at the same time, we want you to be able to get your info out whenever you want. If you want to transfer it to a different platform, let's say in 10 years, this other thing is going on and you want all of the inferences to be part of that, you can take it out anytime.
Now I don't have a microphone, by the way. Sorry.
That's okay, yeah. Well, when we first started thinking about using Thalla, I had a personal challenge with using it, because I wanted to be very honest and open with it, but I didn't want anyone to know what some of my dreams, my plans, and some of my challenges are, right? As much as I like Danny and, but maybe some things like I just like to keep it to myself. And that's really what journals, planners, organizers, that's what they are. As a kid, like I remember one of my earliest journals, I was like, oh, this is the property of Kylie Ng, and then I kind of tied it up, put a little lock on it, and like I just didn't want anyone to read it. So I think that's like the most important thing. So with having a promise of privacy and a journey of privacy, how do we keep things very secure became the fundamental question. So to do that, we thought of 3 things. The first one is, any kind of data that we get from all the calls that we have with Thalla has with its users, we have to delete it immediately. Like, we don't want to store any of the calls. We don't want to store any of these texts. We just want to delete all the data that you give us. Gone, never again, can't have it. You don't even need, it's just not there. So if it's completely erased, then there's no need to hide anything because it no longer exists. Now the second thing is that when we have like a AI voice call, we're gonna create what in AI they call inference, which is we're gonna create some information to relay back to you. So for example, you say, hey, look, I want to like get fit, I want to build muscle or whatever it is, and then I'll say, okay, so you want to get fit, so okay, that's what I give back to you. Now the second one is we want to make sure that's fully encrypted. So if anyone, like, of course we're going to have like industry standard, just gold standard, like security and everything, but if let's say someone looks into the servers, they're not going to see get fit, they're going to see a string of like zeros and ones, and it's completely encrypted. So that's the second promise. Now the third and final one is that if anyone is going to see like get fit or any of that decoded and unencrypted information that is relayed back to you, it's only going to be you. And with that is that you can delete all of that at any time, and you can choose to export all of that for yourself before you delete it. Like, you have control of your data. Like, we've learned and studied some of the best stuff, and I personally went in to look and try to understand the technology because I want to feel like I can actually use the product freely. And like Danny and Wei and Claire over there, is like they're not going to be able to see anything that I share with it. Now, if I feel that it's secure enough and private enough for me to use it, then I feel confident that I can like give it to my loved ones, I can give it to my friends, I give it to other people, and I say, hey, look, use this. Like, this is solid.